Okay, I was going to talk. I'm going to talk about some of my favourite things. So, F words are one of my favourite things. We use a lot of them in the studio. As Maya said, I'm one half of sort of MB. Alan's the other half. He's here tonight, so I'm going to be careful what I say. So I've loosely threaded this whole thing together with the letter F. So my name's Finny. This is about F words, and I'm going to talk about sort of things that I find. A bit about me, a bit about stuff we do in the studio and stuff like that. So, my formative years, and this is a bit of a confession really, I was a member of the Puffin Club, and I used to be an avid reader of books, and I loved Roald Dahl, and I loved Quentin Blake, and I used to get through the post, I used to get Puffin Club stuff, and I used to love it, and I used to, not so much the reading of it, but the ephemeral aspect of it, the sort of collector's wallet, the little enamel badge, the bits and pieces, the illustration, the way it all came together, the fun aspect of it. And I guess that's kind of, when I was trying to think about hell, what do I like? What am I into? These are my early memories of why I like stuff. And then I went on into sort of comics and Beano and things like that. And I loved, I guess, funny, witty, and interesting things, and also what they were printed on. Another thing from my youth that I just only recently remembered and discovered again on the internet was Tamiya remote control car that I got when I think I was about 11. It came in a great big box, and the box was beautiful. Look at it, that's just a detail of the box. The logo's amazing, I mean, that's an awesome logo. Everything's rigorously laid out. Look at that battery and the cables. Somebody's illustrated that, and then they've beautifully annotated it, and you open the lid, and inside everything's rigorously laid out in plastic compartments, and there's a red box and a green box and a thingy, and there's instruction manual that's interesting, that's witty, and it's kind of like a precursor to IKEA manuals, I think. This stuff goes kind of way back. I didn't give a shit about racing the car. The interesting thing for me was making it with my dad, making it, reading the instructions, following the instructions, being fastidious, rigorous. And you've got miniature, oil, little ball bearing things, grease. So there was this whole miniature aspect to it. And I guess that's what I still like today. I found this recently. I've called it F for Fragments, I don't know why. But it's a photo we took of some stuff on our floor, and I think we put it in Creative Review in about 2000 or something. And it was a sort of snapshot of some print stuff that we just got out of archive boxes at the time. And I just want to throw myself in there and roll around in it. We don't do so much print anymore, and I just sort of, that sort of thing. I haven't designed either of these. I guess I would have liked to have designed either. One of them is an Arco lamp. So I thought I'd explain a bit about, I don't know what this slide is about, Favouritism. I like both of them. I think there's a place for both. I think on the right is the Arco lamp, and this is a great slab of, you've all seen it in various magazines, you probably all own one, I don't. It's a glorious, gorgeous piece of design, it's a classic thing, it's in MoMA, it's restraint, poise, classic, beautiful, I've said restraint, have I said any other words? No. And the one on the left is Kebab Lamp by Committee, who are down the road from me. I live in Deptford, and I think they're down the road from me, they used to be. And they just pretty much, if you've been to Deptford Market, you'll understand. I think they just got loads of stuff drilled through it and made a light, and I just love that. But in fact, what they do is they sell it for probably more than the one on the right, I think, and it's more limited edition. And I think I like that one, and I like that one, and why can't I? I don't know why I'm getting so animated. F, Finicky. I was just trying to think about beauty, craft, that sort of thing. At MB, we're sort of ham-fisted, so we get other people to do it for us. People who are better at drawing, better at making things, better at printing things, better at choosing paper. So we collaborate a hell of a lot. This is something we did and collaborated with a sort of box manufacturer, the client, obviously, because we had to sell the project in the first place. So it's a wooden laminated box with laser-etched detailing on it, based on a sort of brand that we did for this building on Oxford Street. And it's a sort of property brochure that goes out to CEOs and bigwigs and costs, I don't know, 300 quid a copy. And there are about 30 copies made. And it was the making of that was interesting. It was the sort of trying to get the hinges to work, getting the wood to not burn in the wrong way, silk screening the wood properly, all of that side of things. We toyed with shipping paper from Japan, which now I know GFSmith sell. And the whole thing was somehow came together, And on the day it was delivered, the building was sold for 250 million. And, you know, that's the result, direct result of the work we did. So, F for Felicitations. So you can write these down if you want. This is, we've done loads of Christmas cards in our time, and it's sort of one of those things that when you're doing those kind of finicky, painful projects, not painful, but if there's any clients here, but when you're working on projects a long time, sometimes it's nice to just knock something out. So that's a Christmas card we did a while ago, and I dug it out of archive the other day and put it on the shelf and thought, I like that, and I like it because it's got a trompe l'oeil effect, so actually, you know, the intention was that it was sort of 15 cards together. We work with a writer on the inside of each card. It sort of takes you on a journey about how we're going to be with you through the year, and it just sort of folds down, and it's a ugly thing, really, with clumpy typography on it, and I like it. So, so there. Another Christmas card, although this was us thinking, God, every year we can't come up with another idea for a Christmas card. Let's do a New Year card, so it lands on people's desks a bit later in the year, and it gives us, we don't have to have that panic over Christmas when everybody's got a hangover and all that sort of stuff. So this goes out in about March. It's our New Year card, and this particular year I really enjoyed it. We were trying to be deep. We were trying to make a sort of statement on the collapse of the global economy. So we got dollar bills at $1 each, and sort of put them on a nice bit of card, probably GFSmith card, and then we asked some of our friends or people we really wanted to work with to do what they wanted over the top of it, but to do it in a light-hearted way. We weren't going to be too deep about it, so they, Anthony Burrell, Billie Jean, James Joyce, and I wasn't going to do this, but Paul Bauer, but I did remember the names. I think my favourite at the moment is the one in the bottom right, because it's just so ridiculous. Milk, lemonade, round the corner, chocolate's made. So if you remember that from junior school. And, but essentially it's just making light and fun, and actually something a bit limited that we can send to friends and family. Friendly. F is for friendly. This is a friendly elephant. It's by Ivan Chermayeff. And I think I put this in because I think we were just so proud. We were working with Mothercare, who were a sort of big retailer at the time. And we were looking for an illustrator to do some stuff for a big campaign we were doing for them. And we just thought, well, sod it, let's just ask him. You know, let's just ask Ivan Chermayeff if he will do some illustrations for us. And this is the guy that designed the mobile logo, the MoMA logo, various other logos that you probably know more about than me. He's done various amazing talks. He's 80-odd now. And we've got this ham-fisted artwork back in the office, which actually we just posted online as a result of sort of looking at this. But yes, it's just, I love the fact that we were able to, we asked in the first place, because if you don't ask, you don't get. So he said yes, and he got paid, you know, not a great deal of money for doing some lovely little illustrations for us. Frankenstein, F is for Frankenstein. I like this because a client came to us with a sort of complicated problem, and we couldn't figure it out. So actually what we did was each of the articles he gave us to put into this brochure, we just treated as a different brochure and then pasted them all together. So it's a big Frankenstein of a thing, but through that bizarre thinking, it's kind of elegant, and actually it's the most easy to use contents page in the world. And I think it should, thank you.